Well, hey, church. In our Identity Insights series on prayer, we have looked at how we pray with reverence to God's name and pray with kingdom expectation. This week, we'll be exploring God's will. So take a moment and reread Matthew 6, 9 through 13. Your will be done, I think, is one of the most challenging calls in our lives. As Americans, individualism is baked into our philosophy for life. One of the indicators to me that someone mentioned a few years back is how many of our homes are designed. The garage door opener, while a simple convenience, shows how closed off we are to the world around us. We can come home from a long day of work, open our garage while still sitting in our car, pull in, and then shut out the world, never having to interact with any of our neighbors. Earbuds, I think, is another great indicator. We easily shut out the world with them. We put them in, turn on the music, and never have to make eye contact and never have to acknowledge anyone else around us. These are clear indicators of how closed off we tend to be. Yet our God is clear. We are made to be obedient to Him, not closed off and just doing our own thing. So what does it look like for us to pray, your will be done? To start shedding the independent and closed off mentalities that tell us that it's all about us. Jesus, obviously, is the greatest example we have. Think back to His time just before He sacrificed Himself on the cross. In an intense time of prayer in the Garden on the Mount of Olives, while He prays so intently that sweat like great drops of blood formed, He uttered this in Luke 22:42. Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. Even though Jesus was in agony, according to verse 44, doing what the cross would cost Him, He still faithfully said, nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. His prayer and ours should be of conscious and voluntary obedience. If we take Christ's example, we should be willing to go so far as to lay down our lives for what God calls us to. And that only makes sense if we trust that His plans and His purpose is much greater than ours. And it comes out of belief that He is a good Father that loves us more deeply than we can fully understand. If I'm honest, this kind of prayer is pretty overwhelming. I'm comfortable and I'm happy. I know what to expect for the most part from day to day. But if I start praying, Lord, your will be done, I suspect it's going to cost me more than I imagine. Yet I know it'll be more fulfilling than my own plans. So start simple this week. Ask the Lord, what's one area of my life that I haven't submitted to you yet? Maybe even being available to your neighbors by spending some time in your front yard. Next week, continue praying and let it start to snowball so that all of who you are chases after obedience to God and you find the true fulfillment of your life. I want to encourage you to work this out in your family and with your MC. Start praying together with anticipation and joining in with what the Lord has in store for us. I love you guys. Have a great week.